Very good evening, all of you. Thank you for joining. This is going to be our every weekend free community session. Every week, right? We used to discuss about AWS DevOps, interview related stuff. In that, right, we have discussed many projects so far. Okay, these are all the existing projects, use cases, and the requirement, everything here. Today, we are going to talk about project 15, that is deploying code server application and Docker container using AWS Cloud. Okay. So basically, this session, right, it's totally free of cost. If anyone joined in very first day, yeah. Whenever during the discussion, if you are facing any doubts or any questions, feel free to unmute and ask your question. We can clarify. If you guys having any general questions related to your career or anything related to interview, whatever, end of the session we have a parking lot. We can discuss over there. Okay. The people, anybody watching from the YouTube, yes, in this video description itself, you'll see the WhatsApp group link. In that WhatsApp group link, right, if you click that, you'll be part of this group. Okay. This is our community group. Every weekend, what we used to conduct free and share the materials and all. Okay. So you can join this group and you can attend the session for live. Okay, that is the background. This is the use case, right? Already you might seen mentioned the title in the WhatsApp group itself. This is something like deploying the code server application in Docker container using AWS Cloud. That is the requirement. What we are going to do, right? Basically, you all should be aware about the Microsoft Visual Studio Editor. Anybody using this editor? Yeah, let's make more interactive. Okay, instead of only I being talking, you guys also can unmute. How many of you using this code editor, Microsoft Visual Studio Code Editor?
Yes.
Neelish Shahu is using. Anybody else?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, many of them. Many fan base for this code editor, right? So this code editor, right, you know well then. If you are using this editor, probably you know well. This is the tool, you will install it in your local. If you are installing it in your local, right, any code, if you are developer or whatever, you can develop it over here. If you want, you can push it to your GitHub. That's we know. This is runs locally in your local laptop alone. Okay. But what I'm going to do, same code editor, same Visual Studio code editor, I have a source code. If you go down, right, you will see the GitHub URL. Okay. If I open this GitHub repository, here you can see the source code for that code editor. Okay, but the only difference is if you scroll down, the same code editor image you would able to see, same code editor image you would able to see. But the only thing, you will deploy this in any one of the server, or you will deploy this in any one of the any host. You can publish through internet. You know, right? How you will access your web applications? You will have some irrespective IP or domain name www.hitech.com, whatever. So you are accessing your application, right, through internet. Similarly, what you gonna do? This particular code server. Okay, this particular code server, you are going to deploy it somewhere on top of AWS, on top of Azure, or any platform. Okay, Docker, Kubernetes, wherever you can do it. End of day, what gonna happen when you access with your URL, right? In the browser, you would able to see this code editor application. In the browser, you would able to see the code editor application. What is the benefit of having code server? This code server, right? See, if you have this Visual Studio code editor in your local, of course, you'll able to write a code in your local machine. You can push it to GitHub, whatever. When you are accessing it through browser, through internet, right? What are the benefit is? In the project, if 5-10 members are working, right, all of them will be using the shared code, shared, if everybody referring to the same script, if everybody referring to the same module, those things and all, you would able to access it through network. Okay. If you have finalized the code, you can make use of this code server to update the code. All those things is possible. Okay. So the local Visual Studio code editor, that's only for specific to your requirement, each individual's requirement. Okay. But this code editor which you are accessing, this is mainly used for the projects. If you are working in any DevOps environment or any dev environment, if 10 members as a colleague, they are working along with you. If all of them want to access the common script, common file and all, So at that time, this code server is really helpful. Okay, it's nothing but your Microsoft Visual Code Editor only. But instead of installing local, you are going to handle this in your browser itself. Okay, wherever you are in the world, if you have internet using that URL, you can access your code, you can execute your code, whatever you want, you can do it. Okay, that is what this application is. For this application, development source code, right? Here you can see. If you go back, yeah, here you can see all those things are your application source code only. Here you can see install.sh file. This shell script will make sure to install this entire application in your VM or instance or Docker containers, Kubernetes, wherever. This will take care. This install.sh will take care of installing all those things. Okay. Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you how to install, how to deploy, how to expose to public internet. I'll show you. Okay. This is the requirement. All of you clear, right? About the requirement, what we are going to do? What is code server? Agenda is clear?
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So if you come to this, requirement, if you read now you should be able to understand better. Deploying the code server means the Visual Studio Code Editor. If you are accessing it from the browser way through internet, that is something called as a code server. Okay. So code local, when you have your code local, what you will have it in the Visual Studio Code Editor. Code server means there will be a server, you are keeping all your code centrally. Okay. Deploying the code server application in the Docker container using AWS Cloud. Yeah, your Docker, you are going to have it in your AWS Cloud platform as a EC2 instance. Okay. Then probably you will create a Docker host. On top of the Docker host, you will create one container, you will do it. The project description, if you go through, in this project, we deploy a code server, a browser accessible version of Visual Studio Code in Docker container on Amazon EC2 instance. This setup will enable you to remote code editing via the web interface. For that, we are going to use port 8080, ideal for cloud-based deployment development work environments. Okay. Use case. What is the use case? A distributed development team needs a secure and accessible development environment in the cloud. Okay. Distributed development means, yeah, in the dev team, there will be 5 members, 10 members, many people will be there. Okay. Instead of installing an IDE on your local machine, okay, IDE means this is what? Visual Studio Editor in your local machine. Instead of installing it in a local machine, the team want to access the web-based IDE hosted on the cloud. The team, they want the web-based code editor on the cloud. Okay. You are assigned to deploy and demonstrate a Docker-based setup on the code server on AWS. Your task is, okay, you are going to demonstrate this setup. So if you are going for an interview and all, if any of the interviewer is asking you, hey, can you please explain me what application you have recently deployed in your Docker as a container? Probably you can explain this use case to them. Hey, in our project, right, earlier we all of them having a Visual Studio Code Editor in your local. Later we got an opportunity and we have tasked to perform the code server installation so that web-based login can be possible. So that activity we have done it through Docker container. Okay, like that you can explain. Okay, so if you can see technology used, what are technology you are going to use AWS EC2, Ubuntu EC2 instance. Okay, I have an instance ready, and many time we have seen in our class itself how to create a EC2 instance. In the EC2 instance, right, I have installed a Docker. All of you, if you've seen this project 14, how many of you attended this project 14 as a live class in the crowd right now? Harish attended. Yeah, I remember Harish was part of the session. Anybody else attended live the project 14?
No,
I also attended.
Okay. People who ever attended live, I'm really appreciating. Anybody had a chance to watch this recording? How many of you watched the recording at least?
yes, sir. Yeah.
Perfect. One person. Anybody else? Along with Atish, anybody else watched the recording? I got one thumbs up. I don't know who it is. Yeah, Bala Mahendra. Okay. Perfect. So a couple of people are attended live. Couple of people are attended watched the recording. Why I'm asking, this project literally going to be the continuation of that project. Okay. Because all the Docker basic commands, how to install Docker, how to deploy the basic application and all, we have taught in the previous project itself. That's why I'm asking. Okay. Even if you go, if you open the project 14 document, we have clearly explained about the purpose of each commands. What are the commands you need to remember? Okay, how to install, what are the things you need to follow to install inside the container, what are the command we are running to deploy the application, all those things we have explained. So this project literally going to be a continuation, because again we cannot explain the same basic commands and all, right? So yeah, we are going to have a Docker. Here you have your source code, security group in AWS port need to open, and the shell script to automate the optional. Okay, yeah, shell script is already there. I'll show you the architecture overview. Okay, in the developer laptop, if people are accessing your application with a port 8080, the request have to forward to Ubuntu server in AWS. Then backend it has to forward to the Docker containers. Then probably they'll be getting the application loaded in the browser. This is the architecture overview. Okay. So far, anyone has any questions or any doubt? If you all good, probably we can start the practical. Before start the practical, I want people to be, clear what we are going to do now. I got a thumbs up from Harish. Very good.
Clear.
Yeah, Anushan. Perfect, guys. All right, then. So if you're clear with the agenda, right, probably we can start our, deployment of this application. So I do have one document for that. I'll share it with you people. Okay, this document will help you for sure. This document, right, is going to talk about the pure, explanation of, what do you call it? PR explanation of how to deploy this application from the scratch. Okay. So for the reference, I'm keeping this in one side and I open my terminal. Is my font is okay? Anyone wanted to make it bigger or is it readable format?
Fine.
Perfect. Sorry. I'll paste my server's IP. One sec. I'll take my Docker. I have already created an instance. The server is there. I'll just paste the server IP alone. So I would be able to connect to the server. Okay. Okay, cool. Fine, guys. So now, if people who don't know creating a container, Docker containers and all, probably I'll repeat it. To create, this is a normal Linux server where I installed Ubuntu. Same server, whatever I used for the previous project 14, right? The server we created in AWS as a Ubuntu instance. Here I have installed the Docker. Okay, if you see system CTL status Docker. Okay, a Docker service is running, which means the package is already installed. All right. If the Docker service is running, probably you can run the command called docker run -it -name. We can give the name to our container. What name we can give? Code server. Okay. Code server -p. I'm going to use the port number 8080:80. Container port also 8080 and our application port are also 8080. And I'm going to use Ubuntu image to create a container. If people who knew the command what you are seeing in the screen, right? This is the command to create a brand new container. The command what you are seeing in the screen. This is the command we will use it for creating a brand new container. Okay, docker run is the command to create a new container. -it -name code -server -p 8080 Ubuntu. Okay, if I hit enter, right, we'll get up creating one new container. If I hit enter, yeah, see, we have created a new container. Okay, as soon as the new container created, right, the best practice is to update the package apt-get update. Done. Once it's updated, right, next I'm going to install some packages. Okay, apt-get install curl vim git. Okay, I'm going to install the 3 packages. So this command will help you to install the curl. This is to know interact with any URLs, internet URLs to download something and all, we can use curl. Vim is the editor. Okay, code editor. Git is the git CLI. We have a code available in the GitHub repository, right? From here, we need to clone our source code. So that's why we are installing Git. Let me hit enter. So it will install all three packages. Okay. We are from Asia 5 and we are from Kolkata, Karachi, Hong Kong, Dubai. Any location is nearest from us? You are seeing in the list? Quite. Maybe I'll give Karachi. Kolkata 44 coming up. Anyway, cool. We have just installed it. Okay. Now it's a time for us to follow this document. Okay. If you want, I'll share the document. See, docker and -it, whatever the command I ran, right? That screenshot is there. Initially, we updated the package. Then we install these three packages. apt-get, install, curl, vim, git. These four items, right? We are installed it just now. So command 1, command 2, command 3. Three commands. So anyone has any doubt on these three commands?
No.
Okay, cool. So yes, perfect. If you are good with these three commands, right, then we need to run this command to install, guys. So what will happen? I was showing you, right, in the Git there is an install.sh file available. Okay, if you go there, this shell script will make sure to install all the packages for our container. This shell script will make sure to install all the packages for our container. We need to call this file actually. If we go there, if we run this command, it will install your things inside of our container. See, if I hit enter, installing, yeah, done. When installation is done, right, you need to run the command called code-server. Code-server. Okay, once you run the code-server, what will happen? It will generate the configuration file like this actually. Okay, this is the configuration file. So what you need to do, you need to slightly update the, some configuration setting in this file. Okay. So here if you go, there are some bind server address, loopback IP will be there. You need to change it to global. Since you are going to access your application globally through internet, you need to change through global. And a password, right, authentication, you can set none. Okay, these two changes, right, you need to do. Okay, if you have any doubt in doing it, yeah, here we can refer the document. So what I did, I was running this command. Once I ran the command, right, then very next step, I need to run the code-server command. If I run the command, right, it will generate the configuration file. You need to open the configuration file by giving vim. You need to update the setting. Whatever I highlighted in yellow, right, you need to update the setting. I'll repeat, after I created the container, I updated the package. They installed the curl, vim, git. Three packages I installed. Later, I was calling this install.sh file. It's a shell script, which will make sure to install all my application inside of my container. Once it's installed, right, I need to run the command called code-server. This command will create the configuration file actually. In the path of config, code-server config.yaml in this path. Then probably I need to open this file with the command of vim. I need to update this setting. Okay, this is what I need to do. Anyone has any doubt on these three commands? 1, 2, 3. Look at the command and let me know if you have any doubt. Feel free to ask questions if you not understand. because I spending time for you people only. If you don't understand, right, there's no point of spending time. So feel free to ask if you have any question. I'll never say anything.
Hari.
Yeah.
So in the curl command, that is two commands have been executed, right? One is curl like downloading the application, and sh for installing, right?
Yeah. Correct. Curl -fsl is the attribute from this path, right? A code-server dev. It's gonna call the install.sh file, the shell script I was showing you, right? Pipe symbol sh means to, I'm asking it to install actually. So when you run this command, it will make sure to install the required package based on the install.sh shell script. Okay.
Understood. Thank you.
Perfect. Any other question to anyone? Feel free to ask your question, even if it's a basic doubt, no worries. Okay, it seems like all good. So if you all good, I'm good. Proceed further. Okay. Once you have done, right, what you need to know next, very next, go to the container. You can probably clear the screen and you can run command called code-server. Okay, initially it will throw you error only. It seems like already it's using something like it will show. What you need to do, you need to come out once. Okay, Docker PS. So this container you need to stop once. Docker stop. Then we need to start again. Once we stop the container, we need to restart it once. Let me start the container. There's a command to stop and start. S-T-A-R-T. S-T-A-R-T. This command to start the container. Okay. Now probably we can give the command called docker attach to log in back to your container. Okay. We can run that. Okay, now it's working. What I'll do, I'll take the public IP. Okay. I'll take the public IP of my Docker host. What port we exposed? We exposed through port 8080. When I hit enter, you should be able to see the application is loading well. Okay, you should be able to see the application is loading well. This is the code server actually, VS Code editor for web. I'll share the URL in the chat box. Can you guys access it and let me know whether you are able to? All of you able to access the application? Can you check the URL once? The application is loading for everyone.
Yes, it's slow. Yes. It's
very good. Awesome. So here, when people in the project write, they'll be, create the new folder, things and stuff. Okay, open file, open folder, or create a new text file, new file. Okay, I'll create on Python file, something like that. Okay, save it wherever it requires. So here you can import. Go to the okay, like that you can start write the code. Okay. So yeah, this is what pretty much about deploying the application, guys. It's what pretty much about deploying the application. So probably this should be able to help you out. Once you created a container, we have ran this command to create a container. We updated the package. We installed 3 package. Then we ran the shell script command. This command will ensure to install the application. You can run this code-server command. This will generate the configuration file. Open the configuration file, update these 2 files, and save it. That's it. Your application will start load. Okay. So that's it, guys, about the project 15, deploying a code server application. You can ask me, hey, Hari, how this is going to helpful, man, for, how it's going to helpful for my interview. Whenever the interviewer asks you a question about what is the recent deployment you have done it in your AWS, what are the recent application you have deployed in Docker container, for these kind of questions, right? So can you please tell me any one of the application architecture, what you created or developed for Docker containers? In that kind of question and all, you can confidently answer now. Even if you have a hands-on ones, even more you can confidently you can answer. Hey, we are using AWS Cloud as a cloud environment. Over there, we are having a easy instance where we are having our Docker host is available. We'll create a containers. Okay, on top of the Ubuntu. In the container, right, we have an application called code-server. Using port 8080, we exposed the main intent for having this code server, right? Usually, in every people will have local Visual Studio Code Editor, but we are keeping that as a server. Whenever we have a common code, common script for our distributed work environment, right? We'll have the code available from that path. We'll access it. All our Visual Code Editor and all, we'll open it through browser. This application we have recently done. Yeah, probably that way you can answer them. All right.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So if you guys are having any question related to this project, you can ask. Or if you have any general question related to your career or anything else, you can ask now. This is the time for parking lot. Any question you guys can ask. Feel free to ask. Anything with respect to project 15 or out of box, generic, anything you can ask.
Hari, one question I have. So we see a lot of openings listed in multiple websites now, or any other Indeed or wherever. So will there be so many openings? Because even after trying for so many applying, the calls we will not get. So are those and all literally genuine ones?
Yeah.
Because there will be so many mails will keep coming like these many openings are there, these many openings are there. So just want to know how we can figure out which is genuine and which is not the genuine one.
Yeah, I understand. So basically, right, the question you are trying to pitch in is we are seeing so many, AWS.
Yeah, even in LinkedIn also, like if we search for any of the AWS jobs, like we
Yeah.
see lot of openings, but not sure which are genuine, whether it is genuine or not. Even after we apply also, we don't get any responses back actually.
Yeah.
So how to figure out which is genuine, or can we able to figure it out, or not at all possible?
Good question. Good question. Appreciating your effort. You observed. Yes, of course. You would see there are so many job openings are available. When you are trying to apply, majority of time you are not getting the responses. Yeah, I agree. So basically, what happened, right? Maximum of job alerts. You need to check when these job alerts are posted. Okay, when you are going for applying, right? You need to make sure you need to check when this job alerts are posted. If it is within 10 days, right, or within a week, probably you can apply for it. Okay. First thing, if you apply for any job alert which has been posted very long, a month back, 20 days back, and all, the meantime, right, they got the profile with them. And second thing, when you are applying for your job, the request definitely will go to the company HR, the Infosys HR, right? They'll definitely will receive that. What happens, right? They will have a filtering criteria. They will compare their job description with your profile. Now they are started using AI tools and all. Okay, the AI tool will scan your profile with what requirement they have. So if it is a manual comparison, of course, yes, we can do something. But AI comparison, it will be 100% accurate. If the profile is not meeting to their job description, your profile is not matching with their job description, right? Nowadays, the AI itself is rejecting your profile and resume. That is the reason you are not getting the enough calls. So what you need to do, you need to update your skills and you need to update your job requirement, everything properly with the AI based keywords and all. If you wanted to know more, right, I have already made one playlist for that. It's just 5 videos only, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 videos. If you have a look on that, right, you'll come to know how to update your LinkedIn profile or Indeed profile, whatever, and how to make your resume, all those things. You'll come to know so that you will start get the calls for that. Okay, if you go to the playlist, long back I've done shots. AWS job opportunities. If you go to this playlist, right, you would able to see.
You just mentioned that
You're able to see AWS job opportunity, AWS job opportunity.
Yeah. But Hari, one more
Yeah, here
catch here. Like, see,
AWS resume preparation, AWS resume preparation. Here and all, I would have shown the. I opened my LinkedIn profile. I was showing like how to update LinkedIn profile. All those things, right? I've explained here. This is the playlist you need to refer.
yeah, thanks for the like. I have one more point here to say. Like, for example, because for every other companies, like the job description will be like different one. So, like, if we, so how can we keep on changing our resumes, updating to different companies? Like, because like for every job description, they have some other skills. They may need these skills. They may need other some skills. So we can we keep changing our resumes according to that? So will that be an feasible option?
Very good question again. Yes, so you don't need to have every time. Don't need to change your resume. There are two things. If you are applying your job through LinkedIn, right? If you go, you will see your profile here actually. Okay, view profile, your profile,
Yeah.
you definitely will share. What you need to do, right? You need to keep update your content like this. Whatever the things you are seeing right here, right? I have updated in detailed way. You are able to see technical expertise. I worked on
Yeah.
all these things. So like that, you need to detailedly update it. Not one line, two line, it won't accept it. If you works in Infosys, what all things you worked on the particular. So like that, you need to detailedly update it with the year wise, all those things. So when you update it in a detail wise, right, what happens? Your profile last update date will be, what do you call? So when they are filtering, your your profile is out of update. You updated 6 months back means you'll get a low priority only. So update all the almost common thing in detailed way. Okay, common things in detailed way. So which will cover all companies' requirement. Okay. So and
Yeah.
also regularly get a habit of update something in your profile. Okay. Regularly, daily come there, apply some job, update some content over there, add something over here, remove one day, add one day, remove one day. Like that, you have the transaction. Keep always have things are ready. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. And one more point I want to notice here also. Like, as it is a AI age, so everyone, yeah, even HRs of the companies are aware, like we can get the resume prepared use AI and all. So like if we prepare like that, yeah, the wordings and all will be in a like very standard format. So so we how they will they going to accept it? Because usually in the earlier days and all, how we are entering the manual wordings with ourselves, so that they will take it as a genuine one. So if we now start using our AI tools as the resume creator, like lot of things are there. So they will treat it like, yeah, maybe this guy is faking, so he is not genuine. He maybe just simply put the things like that. So will they not conclude based on that? Is it a good way to use AI for resume creation and all, even if we have the skills?
Yeah. See, that's absolutely it's up to the individuals. I never used anything to make my resume. I do it my own. But end of day, right? It's up to the individuals only. Whatever, wherever they comfortable, they feel they got the enough information, they can use leverage their services and platforms. But what I suggest, right? Knowledge is matters. Wherever you
Yeah.
go, even you have a strong LinkedIn profile, strong resume, whatever. End of day, what you gonna explain during the interview? Nowadays, every interviewer are asking real time scenarios only. Projects. They need a project. What you work. Earlier, right? You might be no. You will be onboarding to one project. They'll be giving you KT knowledge transfer. They'll give. Okay. After 1 month only, you will start work on the. Nowadays, there is no time for the knowledge transfer at all. Nobody is ready to give knowledge transfer. Maybe they'll explain high level about the projects, who's the point of contact. Very first day or second day, you'll get the laptop. Very next day onwards, you'll get the ticket. You'll have to start work on the task. That's how every environment. The environments are totally changed. It's not like getting a KT then start we work. So end of day, knowledge is matters. So you need to have a proper hands-on, learn from proper place, update your skill, then approach the interview, get the job. You can work on. So what you are presenting to the interview that is really matters.
Yeah, because like as even the HRs and many, because they will be receiving multiple applications on a daily basis, so they will use this AI tools also to filter. So there, like they will be having some conditions, right? Like the ATS scores and all needs to be there. So if those kind of criteria if they set also, like they will be like condition, they may put like yeah, it is a genuine one. Like they have used AI or they have purely prepared on their own. So that kind of criteria also there may be chances in the companies they will set it while filtering the resumes.
Yes, of course. Again, it depends only. We cannot, I don't know the answer for this. Exact answer, I don't know the answer for this question specifically. In the meantime,
Yeah,
I don't want to give you the fake answer also,
yeah,
without
correct.
knowingly
Yeah.
completely. Maybe you are correct. Sometime it may not be. Depends on the company again. Okay.
Yeah, because like when usually when I see for any of the company in LinkedIn itself, like there will be for one particular job around more than 400, 500 applicants already applied. So it's like it is very very hard to filter out, right? Filter first manually because yeah. However, they will be also using the AI tool. But yeah, if they are using AI tool means they will be aware that yeah, this some guys like majority of the people use AI as a resume builder to get proper resumes like that and all. So will they have those criteria also to filter out like if candidate uses AI resume will filter out. So only take whoever has manual filter. So that kind of criteria might also be there. That's why not getting any opportunities is the doubt I have. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Fine then. Any other from anyone, guys? Okay, I think we are good. Fine, guys. This is the time for all of you to share your email ID. I said I'm going to share the dumps right for free of cost for the participant today. 19 people, excluding me, 18 members. I'll be emailing you the resume. Sorry, not resume. Sorry, AWS dumps certification dump. I'll forward it. Okay, quickly share your email ID in the chat box. And one another thing, I'm going to start the new batch for AWS DevOps, Azure DevOps. Two new batches are going to start. And if any people, either you or your friends or your colleague or your family members, anybody wanted to be part of my batch, right? Feel free to share their number to me. Feel free to refer. Okay. So you know about my quality of training and all. So I'll take them into my batch. Okay. Or even if you are interested also, yeah, join in my batch, which is starting from next week onwards. And another thing, if anybody looking for the certification also, please let me know. We have a team to complete your certification. Okay. 100% you can clear any global certification. We can give you a bill, you can claim even in your office. Okay. So certification and a new batch, keep that in your mind. Let me know.
Yes, Hari, I was just trying to book certification. As of now, till 21st May, 50% off is going on the AWS version of the certification.
Okay,
So I
okay.
just wanted to know how much cost will
Can
be for the
you
dance.
can you WhatsApp me, Harish, so that I'll call you so that we can
Yeah,
discuss privately? Is that fine?
that's fine.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. Like not
Harish,
only
can we get the
certification.
document,
Sorry.
this PDF, the document that you have shown with the course and all, the PDF file?
Uh,
Can you
uh,
share the
I
PDF
don't get
file
you, buddy. Which PDF you are asking for?
with the codes, the Docker commands and all that you have run? You, you said you'll be sharing, right? For this project.
Yeah, yeah. I'll share the see. I'll share the recording in the group. In the description, you will get that content. Okay.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Cool. Once again, let me copy your email IDs. Probably tomorrow. Okay, I got an email from. I'll quickly confirm because when I'm conducting poll, right, people won't be, confirming either. I got an email from Harish, Anushan, Aju, Chaitanya, Srinivas, Narayan, Shubham Sharma, Pradeep Yadav, uh, Raghunath, Atish, Kaushik, Ankit, Balau, Mahendran, SG, Job Seeker, Cloud One, Abhi, TM. Yeah, that's it. So these are the people share the email ID. Only these people will get the resume. Okay. So fine, guys. And yes, and don't forget. Let me know if you guys are having anyone wanted to join my session or certification or any of your colleagues or friends. Please do refer. We can add them in our batch. Okay. Fine then. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Bye.